And I will go on mute, as should you, Victor.
And we are back for our 56th session of Pathfinder. Just checking our audio to make sure it actually is recording this session, and we'll hope it remains doing so. We are up to 4th level, having just achieved it this session. Number 56 is not a bad number to get to 4th level. And I will start introducing everyone who's there. So, online we have David.
Hello, I am David. I play Balance Silvertongue, the moral compass of the party, and all round definitely not an evil good guy.
So not evil and not good, just in between.
Who knows? I mean, I would consider him chaotic neutral, but some might consider him chaotic evil. What is an alignment?
Well, it's generally whether you're purely selfish or purely selfless. That's the Pathfinder definition of good and evil.
Alan has done things that were selfless.
I know he has, and he's done a few things that are selfish as well, so it does fit you in the chaotic neutral because you don't follow a rigid code set. You generally go with how your character feels, which is very much the chaotic way of doing things.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, is it evil to feed a bad guy to a kraken? I mean, we were trying to save the party.
Well, you did keep a promise.
That's almost awful, though.
I know. Aspects of it all. Okay, also...
yes.
Also online today we have Martin.
Oh, g'day. I'm playing Dwarf Druid. A bit of a... he doesn't really like civilizations, so he tries to stay away from that. But I guess going into a weird cemetery was kind of a good thing because it was a little bit alien. So yeah, he's trying to blend in with the rest of the group.
Yeah, and that's always a fun thing to do to try to make it work. We also have online Victor.
Hello. I'm Victor. I'm from Brazil, and I'm playing Luna. She's a oracle, and she's trying to feel her hunger for knowledge in the Pathfinder Society, specifically in the otehr faction. So she could get that figured out, and she's the hunt for knowledge and power.
So
Oh,
Mark is also going to be
you didn't
joining
want to
us.
hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was just trying to get Mark to let me know when his computer was coming, but when I was typing it, decided to keep adding thumbs to him. Okay, so
That's alright. Let me on.
so as a catch up to the storyline, you have joined the Pathfinder Society sort of willingly. Can't really say if it was unwilling at this point because well they are paying your way for you. You had spent 3 years working in training, in which point you then joined up with the lodge in Magnamar and were given a set of tasks to do for them, having completed a few of them recently. You've just had time to rest up, go over what you've learnt, and train up for more challenges, which you'll be heading off to shortly. Just checking again to make sure everyone is ready, and I will then give you an update of what is happening in the storyline.
All aboard.
Yeah.
I believe he's rebooting. Apparently Microsoft failed him.
Oh, okay, nice.
There's only sugar.
And I have my sort of window waiting for him to join in to just go poke. Okay, so he should be joining in any moment now. We'll get him to introduce and then we'll start up. So, and our fourth play for today is Mark, who will introduce his character.
Hi, I'm playing Sparky, the noble dwarf rogue who never gets herself in trouble and must be last.
Let's talk about time, man.
Well, we don't know that, do we? Maybe it's part of my character trait.
He's got about his head.
No, good in. Must take it. No,
Just some distractions in the background, yeah.
Sorry, standing by. We'll be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, there you go.
That's okay, I was just having trouble hearing you over what was being said in the room.
Sorry, I had the headphones in, so.
Oh, good. I kind of, all I could see on my,
Hi, Anna.
Hi!
all I could see on my previous session was like a hourglass going around. I couldn't see anyone else. I thought, oh, I better log out and come back in, and then you couldn't see me. I thought, oh, I'll just reboot you. Yeah.
We just all had you pop up, but
Yeah, that's alright.
Okay.
I know you guys don't.
So, with tonight's session, you are now 4th level and having to deal with some new learning from the Pathfinder Society, and the fact that you'll have choices soon to be able to start spending that prestige you've been earning, though some of you have already spent some, and others will get more to spend as they go. Just making sure I had pre-set up everything for today, and then I figured out it was set up for before I got sick. I even did all the picture setups for all these sessions, and then I had to scrap them all because none of them were accurate after being down and out. That's a lot. Last time I actually pre-did it for more than a week, I also got sick. So
Well, you've had a double magic items in, so thank you.
okay, so it is in-game day, the 7th month with the first day of it. I'm just going to have to go turn something off in the background. So the kettle's playing up and deciding that when it's powered off is when it starts to heat itself up. And then it'll constantly heat itself up in the background. And I've told people to unplug it, but unfortunately I'm going to have to stick a label on it. Okay, so with everyone here today, you are able to explore Magnamar for a little bit before you get your first task. Is there anything you wish to go off and do? It is the middle of the year. They just had a festival to welcome the passing of the passing of the first half of the year. And there's some nice music in the background.
Oh, I think we had some books we had to hand off to pass Sunday, didn't we?
This is after you've had about 2 to 3 months downtime.
Oh, okay. So, that's fair enough.
Unless, of course, you'd like to have sat in a corner for that time.
Oh.
That's
Hey, that's a bit harsh.
Could Luna have done some reading after we delivered the stuff?
It is possible to have done reading and spent some time in the library and learning stuff, which is going to be applied to the fact that you've just gained a level. So no matter how much time you're having downtime, you still only get 1 level.
That's pretty cool. What do I have?
Having done an extensive study on the Hell Knights and their action, Bella is going out doing crime. No, doing disreputable acts until he's required.
So he wants to do bad acts until the Hell Knights choose him or kill him?
No, disreputable acts and he's just gone out boring.
I did with one thing, because we came back with a clan dagger which wasn't in the dwarfs in the party.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind doing some research of where that clan dagger came from. So
Okay, so Balath spends some time at the House of Winkle.
No. There is no interaction with any of Mr. Winkle's Winkles.
I think anti-Winkle stage, I think he's just trying to say.
But they do have the open all hours policy.
Dan Bella is brilliantly aware, and it is very difficult to avoid such wonderful debauchery. However, he's going to contain his debauchery to other establishments.
I see a problem right here, because Mr. Winkle might own every other establishment in the city, but I won't say that. But that's okay. If I was Mr. Winkle, I would make sure I own every particular establishment in the city. But
You know about what Tim Winkle would do, huh?
I know more than you think I do.
Okay, so Balath has some of the less enjoyable sides trysts he usually has, because apparently all the experienced staff have changed ownership recently.
God damn it. Alright, well, if it is going to be boring, then he's going to go and through some lower ladies. By lower, I mean lower minus status. What are we talking about here? Low end nobility. And maybe collect an eye or two here.
Okay, so Balath has his fun through the town. We have Sparky. What's Sparky doing in his downtime?
In her downtime, she's going to basically try to work out where this clan dagger that we found in the crypt came from. So I might reach back to home or something like that to see if I can find out whose clan dagger it was, and if it's somewhere I could bring it back to the clan, because us dwarfs know clan daggers are fairly important. If you don't have your clan dagger, you're kind of a outcast. So on that, Spark is just going to hang around a few pubs and things like that, just relaxing a bit, get some proper ale which doesn't turn myself into a vampire of any sort. So yeah.
And what about Martin's character, Barak? What is he going to do in the couple of months he has off?
Well, I'm going to be leaving town to practice with my animal. Yeah, I don't want to get too comfortable with the city.
That's why you have so much time off.
Yeah, so yeah, practicing with the animals is fine.
And what about Victor with Luna? What does Luna do in her downtime?
Luna will probably try to bond more with the Assyrian faction, like see what type of knowledge they are after, and try to meet people there and try to proper be trained to be like a Assyrian investigator.
Okay,
So she can actually
you
people.
are the first Assyrian faction member in the Varisian Pathfinder Lodge.
Oh, I'm the first one.
Yes.
There's no one up. There's no one above and or below.
No, you are the first Assyrian faction member here, considering the Assyrian faction is based south of Absalon.
Oh no.
It's not a bad thing. At least it means that if they need something done in this region, you're the person they have to ask.
Yeah, but I can't actually be properly trained or
You
be
can,
molded with people
You
because
can
there
ask
is
us.
anyone.
It's all right.
with the downtime, you can still be trained properly by people. That's why I'm saying the downtime's there. It's just that you can't interact with them as much in game
Okay then.
because that's what downtime's for off-screen stuff.
Yeah. Then I was doing that, trying to become a real Assyrian investigator to untap to go after the knowledge they are after.
Well, all Pathfinders are meant to be after knowledge, so we shall see how that all goes.
It's just different types of knowledge.
Okay. So, with that, you have caught up after a feast celebrating the half-year turning over, and sitting around a table with your other three members. The others have not made it, having been caught up in other duties for the time being. Let me see if I can get the right name of the person. So, Miss Hindmarsh is there greeting you all, mocking you back for another series of tasks. And she is going to be sending you off to Corvosa to see if you can find out what's happened with the arrested assassin of the king.
Oh, back to Professor then.
Of course, that's if you're up for the challenge, she says.
Oh, this is the whole task. There's more.
There is always more, she says, and that's the starting point.
Does she say who the assassin is? Do we know anything about what the kind of race or male, female, that kind of stuff for the assassin, or still hidden?
So the GM looks at the camera and says, "So Mark, it's been a month, but you seem to have forgotten the storyline that you left at."
Yeah, I do pretty much.
So
I won't deny that.
So in the storyline that we have done previously, they stated that they had caught Katrina and her accomplices trying to escape the city. And as far as you know from Korda, she got away. But whether or not she was actually captured or not, in the meantime, you don't know.
No, understandable. Sorry, big man.
All good.
So Katrina escaped. Okay.
She may have escaped, and she may not have. It has been a few months. You have not been to Corvosa in that time, so you do not know for sure.
I'm happy to go there and find out.
Yeah, and we
What's
could
the name of the assassin of the king? I don't remember.
The suspected one was Katrina, but
The one that was
it
the one that
was
was
her,
said
okay.
multiple times so far already is Katrina.
yeah.
Seeing if I have a picture of her to show you. I do not. So yes, you were. You have a chance to go out and find out about what's happening there.
Yeah. I'm keen.
Okay, maybe she's after something. I don't know. We can go there and check it out.
Okay.
Does sound like that. That's very good.
Maybe caught I didn't do what he said he did. We don't know yet. All sorts of things.
Well, would you be surprised?
Not really recently. Corda is not a trustworthy person.
For all you know,
Roll.
Corda may have been the one who caught her.
I don't know.
Did Luna got her head faced between this time?
A terrible person.
I'd have to say no, because you've still got the item there, and it has not stopped you being able to spellcast or do other duties.
I still have my ugly hand.
You do?
Yeah. How about you guys? Don't we need like get on it right away?
Yeah, suppose so. Unless we go out the
Maybe this is more important. Or if this is not important, maybe we can just get this out of the way of the important things.
Well, there's nothing else we're doing at the moment, are we?
Oh, they're not like side quests.
Well, you basically got Airlife going around and doing random things around the city. I'm stuck at the bar most of the time while doing my research. I said, yeah, and
I can't.
Barrett's been in and out of the city a bit, doing some animal stuff. That's all I know. Yeah.
And I can't be properly trained while I'm here, so I'm eager to go.
Yeah.
I am quite bored. I'm running out of noblewomen to bed, and well, they're all quite fond of me, but they're starting to talk. Probably should be for the best if at all.
Yeah, I think so. And he might want to visit his father again, so yeah.
I bet. You should get it.
Let's just whisper like weak women's.
Wait, maybe maybe the screen is loading. Somebody hope that you have it.
But no, I because it's yeah, I think Martin, we're all keen to do something because I think we're kind of, I know Bella and myself are kind of running out of things to do in the city because I've visited every single bar in the city so far and I've run out of things to do.
You have. Okay, so you take your portal through to Ballas' home.
Oh, why? It's my father's home.
Well, Ballas' ancestral home, is that a better word for it?
Sure. I think I might inherit that nice, whatever will.
Oh, gosh, it's called Bella's Written Chamber, that's all. So I'm sure
Oh, I have a question. Do Luna have like a portal to the Tamikwa also? Because everybody have a gateway, right?
You have you been there in the story yet?
Don't remember, I guess not.
No, I haven't done one either, but so Spark
No,
has
that won't be a waypoint.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry,
it's
I
a-
was asking because I remember that.
So the simple thing is you have to get there as part of the story or you don't get it. That can't be done in downtime.
Yeah, low waypoints.
Okay, so yes, coming out, you end up in the banquet hall to a group of nobles, all looking at you as you come up the stairs.
Do I know?
Oh, greetings, my lords and ladies. How's evening?
And you find yourself with about 20 or 30 odd Chalaxian nobles in the room, looking down at you in various forms of, you'd probably say disgust and annoyance.
Oh, somebody should have had this morning. Might I ask how the Silvertongue household serves you all today?
Your father comes up to you and says, "Boy, you weren't invited. What are you doing here?"
I'm transiting, Father. You know, that thing that I'm allowed to do in my own parents' home.
Well, then transit out that door, he says as he points to the back way out.
Okay, bye.
Not the first time you've had.
What are you doing?
Not the first time you've had to leave by the
We need to
service
go to
entrance.
this gateway, man.
While we're on the way out, I'm just going to do a bit of a look over the crowd, see if we can pick up anything interesting. So,
Sure, give me a perception roll.
okie Because this many nobilities in one place is not a good thing. 24 perception.
So, with such a nice perception roll, you do notice a whole lot of sex, drugs, and political intrigue going on in the around the food.
Yeah, that's typical kind of Bella stuff, so I'm expecting no less from this place. So,
Relax him. That's ridiculous.
no, it's Bella.
It's got nothing to do with me.
Hey, I see what you did to Dreamwinkle. I
You
heard
saw nothing of what
I heard the rumors. All from Dexter.
Yes, and according to the rumors, I'm Tim Winkle.
You gonna say more? Anyway, let's get out of here. Okay.
Okay, so you don't.
Just enough time to worry about.
Is that the gateway through there? Or do we want to travel to Corvosa?
No, this way.
You are currently in Corvosa, Victor, and you are in Balas' father's mansion, in which point he
gone
has
through that
something
already.
on.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, I got it.
So you wish to go through the portal again?
No.
So Bella will shoo the party out the rear exit.
Yep. Okay, so you find yourself out on one of the side streets as the service entrance backs out into the laneway.
Yeah.
And
I
you,
swear, all that is unholy, I'm going to burn this place to the ground one day.
I do say, well, when you do that, please let me know, because I'd like to see it happen.
Well, I'll let you know. You can bring the marshmallows.
Oh, I love marshmallows. Okay. I just say, do we go see the captain first, or do we go direct to the palace?
Maybe we should go to the captain of the jail thing.
And I look over to Corda. Corda says nothing. Says, okay, we'll go to the
Corda's
captain.
not there with you.
Oh, Corda's
There
not there.
were
So
only 4 of you who went through.
that's right. So since Corda's not there, you don't worry about it. Sorry, David.
Isn't it so nice and peaceful? Hold on. I can get used to this.
Yeah, no arguments. It's unusual. I got a bit of this too.
Well, come. Let's go. Where are we going?
I'll offer to see the captain. The captain might know what's happening. And then we might have to go to the palace.
Yes, alright. Lead the way.
Okay, as you start walking The streets of Corvosa, you see that there is unrest in the crowd as people are heading towards the palace.
Can I try to gather information?
Sure.
see
How would you
what's
like to
going on.
gather information? And what language would you like to use?
The local English, probably. Just asking the commoners.
There
like,
are 4
what
local
is going on.
languages. Which language would you like to use?
What of the
This is
4?
not your city, remember. So there are 4 local languages. What language would you like to use?
Do I know any?
You should know most of them.
Okay, I will ask the commoners like, what's going on? Who's in the language I know?
Okay, so I pick a random language you know, and I say you're speaking in that language.
Yeah, let me check. Come on. I will ask in. So I figure out they speak Russian, right?
Some speak Varusian, some speak Shoanti, some speak Chilaxian, some speak Andorian.
Okay, I will ask in Shalaxian then. I don't think if I go if I can see like recognize some Shanti in the crowd, I will sure ask in Shanti and they can see that I'm like looking like they might be more open to diplomacy.
Quite possibly.
Oh, I need to pick some places.
What covers up in something that isn't noble clothing?
Be right back. One sec.
So, are we in Corvosa?
You are in Corvosa.
Yeah, so we just gone outside.
That
Got
doesn't-
I'm back.
that
I'm
doesn't-
back. I just picked up the dice back. Sorry. That's that glorious music going on.
So that's you in Corvosa. So you look for a Shoanti to ask in Shoanti?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's probably what Luna should do.
You grab one of the local Shoanti and start talking to him, what's everyone else doing?
Bella is going to observe Luna and the shrine and the outside thing.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same thing then.
Yeah, sorry, as I was saying before, Bella covers up his noble clothing with some sort of large coat or something that was far less distinguishable.
Yeah.
And his travelling cloak that he's been using.
Okay. And what is Barak doing while Luna is questioning the locals?
I'd like to find out if I can help, not by really asking a question, but if there's a way I can assist.
You can assist quite easily by standing right beside him with a weapon drawn. I'm sure that will give you a great weapon assist.
Is there a non-violent way to assist?
There are many non-violent ways to assist. Do you know Shoanti?
Okay, I will assist with Shoanti.
Okay, so the two of you are doing a tag team questioning the guy who is looking between the two of you, very confused at what you're trying to ask him.
Damn it. I would change the language to like Shalaxian or something and see if he responds.
Okay, so switching over to Chilaxian, he seems to know a smattering of words. But it is
Almost the language, isn't it?
the main language is common, but a lot of people know other languages as well. And the common is the Andorian, and you have people who don't speak that, as well as people who speak Shoanti, Varisian, and Galaxian. So depending on their upbringing and who they are, they'll know multiples of those 4 languages, or a small group of them.
So if the common is Andorian, and that's the language that's more spoken over the city, that probably should be my first choice, right?
Not necessarily. It wouldn't be your first choice out in the Shoanti lands, and you were hoping you found a Shoanti who grew up amongst these people.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you found a town person who didn't grow up with his culture.
So if yeah, I can relate to that more or less. But if I can get a response, if I can see other people's face that he is not like he is not understanding each action, and we just switch to common.
Yep. Okay, he uses a lot of small words to describe the fact that Queen has summoned people to watch person go bye-bye.
A few.
Yeah. If Kanga were here, it would be like, where's the dinner? With the costume we serve.
Right.
Right?
I think we should probably go and watch this here.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, for your time.
He looks confused with your honoring him with a title, and looks scared.
That's okay. I was used to like. Sorry, David.
Well, I can spend a small denomination coin.
Okay. He looks like he's been given the best gift ever, and dashes off happy.
We'll just look at Bella and say like a show off.
Welcome to my town.
While we're kind of going towards the palace and following the crowd, can I just observe the crowd and listen in and see what I hear from people as we go on?
You can. I'm just checking to make sure you guys can actually still hear the sound of the background, because there is actual voices in it. Let's see if it actually comes through. So this is you getting closer to the palace.
Can't really hear it.
Yes. I can see a bunch of people like, yeah.
Okay. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I hear the drums.
Okay.
And now I can see the drums, yeah. Oh. God damn it. I seem like I'm strapping forward today.
So you see Queen Ilyasa emerging from the palace with the sounds of the drums, and soon to get a fanfare of music. She wears a green and white silk dress, looking like it's worth a small fortune in itself, and is attended by a small army of striking guards, who you also recognize having their Sabina, though she looks clad in a striking set of full plate armor, with a helm and a flowing crimson plume. She takes her seat in a high-throne chair at one end of the public courtyard, and you see a guillotine standing near the other, with an executioner of a man who is towering with lots of muscle, wearing a hood, and holding an immense bladed axe.
Okay, did we went here to question the prisoner or just to ask the prisoner like get executed?
See what's going on at the moment, Victor.
Okay, so the thing to report is she's dead.
Well, I see that you don't know who the person is yet. I'll tell you.
Yeah, so I just happened to spill on
Should we
the
prepare by
Sabine
getting
is the
closer?
name of Sabine is the name of the queen or the captain guard?
By the gods, it's Blackjack!
Oh, she's dead.
Was that you?
That wasn't.
Yes, indeed, my queen.
Sorry, guys, I'm
Let
gonna
us
pause for a
usher in
moment.
Justice. Just
Give me a moment. I will just pause this for a moment. Okay, we're back again. Sorry about that. So yes,
Sorry to interrupt, man. I
It's
asked the
okay.
question at the wrong time.
multiple questions. Things are a little hard sometimes when I'm not doing the best myself. So you hear lots of drum beats in the background, and you see a procession of guards on the other side of the courtyard taking what appears to be the woman you were sent to rescue to the scaffold. Though hard to see her clearly from this distance.
I'm happy to move in closer.
Okay, you
What's the
start.
name? What's the name of the girl we were after to save before?
Katrina.
Mhm.
Oh, Katrina. Okay.
And you start trying to push your way through the big crowds.
Well, I'm looking at the guards. Do I see Pimlico's sister there, the one I met?
You do see her up on the with the other guards,
Yep, cool.
and you do see Pinwinkle up there too.
Of course you would be. Yep.
And as you start pushing through the crowds, you hear the Queen address the crowd, which I thought was actually going to be in the audio that we had there. So, fellow Corvosans, you have suffered greatly these past weeks. Homes have been burned, family members have died, and fortunes have been lost. I feel your suffering, for not only have I lost a beloved husband, but within each act of anarchy that followed, my heart bled more. There has been a trying time for us, yet the torment is at an end. Before you is the source of your anguish and pain. Do not be deceived by this murderess's timid nature. She is a black-hearted assassin. I offer you her death as a salve against the hatred and hurt you have suffered. And so without further delay, let us usher in a new dawn with justice. Off with her head! And you're about, probably say, at least 100 feet from the platform when she calls that out.
Do we ever get a look at the person? The match up to the. So we've. I didn't see Katrina. I don't know, get lucky because I was actually rested. But I suppose the other characters they would actually see if that matches up to the person we met at all. Or was it maybe? I'm not sure. I can't remember if there's only quarters. Took her out and saw her, that's all.
Yeah. I think Balath met her. Do you remember seeing her in the hallway at all, David?
Not off the top of my head, but I do. It does sound familiar.
I think you may have spotted her, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But you at least know her general description. And you had met her previously. And from a distance, it does resemble her. And as the executioner raises his axe,
Can I charge in?
Oh my god.
are you going to murder the people between you and them?
No, I'll
There
just
are shoulder-to-shoulder people between you and the thing. It's not a clear courtyard. You have no ease of access to the thing because people have crowded all around it.
What if I turn into a gorilla?
Sure, you can turn into a gorilla and beat people up on the way through.
Well, it's more that I'd like them to be fall away in shock.
So you will have to punch your way through because they are all looking the other way at something. And if you were to draw attention to yourself, the guardsmen would shoot you.
Okay.
A rampaging gorilla in a Queen's performance is probably going to get your character shot at and declared an enemy of the state. And remember, this is a state execution. So what does Baleth do?
Well, do we have any legal precedent to be able to stop this execution?
You do not.
So there is nothing that we could say or do to legitimately stop this execution as far as we know.
Not legitimately. Many ways you can do it illegitimately, which would also have the crime associated to the person attributed to yourself. If you interfere, you are guilty of her crimes. So,
doesn't know. Nothing.
So, asking again, is Barak going to assist the assassin of the king?
I don't know.
You would have at least been given about that much knowledge of Jalaxian law, having come here, that these sort of things are rather strict. They are not very...
Look, we've got three options, guys. We can either talk them out of it, we can try and fight her out of it, or we can stand there and watch it happen. Anybody can think of another option other than stand there and watch it happen that doesn't involve us getting shot, stabbed, or beheaded, or hung. Any of the above. Hell, I even include gas chambered. I'll take it, but I don't think there's anything to do.
Well, no, because we don't have any evidence to say otherwise, because they're going to ask for evidence why why she didn't kill it, and we've got nothing to go. Yeah.
And from the purpose of Jalaxian law, the Queen does not need evidence.
Yeah, so I feel it was...
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know, I can't think of a way that we can do it without kind of busting through the guards, and I don't really want to do that. So it was... Yeah.
And the Queen or the King is the highest point of the law, so if they declare something, then it's considered true.
All I'm going to do, Martin, is while that happens, I want to watch both Grimwickle and Grimwickle's sister, see if I get any reactions from both those people when it happens, because it might put me on to where I think... we all think that she's been kind of robbed of it, but we don't know who's done the plant the evidence kind of thing and all kind of stuff yet. So we didn't really get into the information about exactly why she was picked over everyone else kind of thing. So
okay.
I don't think we did because I think only Corda might know information, but can't remember us hearing about it.
Okay, so and what is Victor doing?
I'm watching. I mean, I don't have evidence to try to stop something like that.
Well, good. That's why I was asking specifically.
The wrong way. We don't need evidence. We just need to tempt the Queen to hold the execution. Maybe there's a better way for her to be executed. Maybe there's a more entertaining way to be executed. Maybe there's some scandal that you can release. Those are the ways to entice the Latvian.
I know.
She may be sort of crazy sex slave, but these are the ways to stop some sort of Latvian execution.
But we weren't here to interrogate her or to report what's going on.
What's going on there?
Let's go to some bullshit. Bella will look to.
You also, because considering you've been making your way towards the guillotine, you are too far to speak to the Queen.
Oh, to speak, yes, but to make a public spectacle based on a charisma roll, well, we'll see what we can do. Bella finds the nearest haughty lad that looks like he could be stood on, and look, that's not good weird. But it looks like he can support Balla's weight. Taps him on the shoulder, hands him another copper piece, and says, "Do me a favor, hold me high. I need to talk to the crowd. It will be very fun."
Okay, so while you're doing this, we will call initiative. Because the Queen has ordered the execution at the same time.
Adam?
Okay.
I'm going to use a stealth roll, just because I want to see if I can stealth closer to the...
You weren't stealthing at the time, so unfortunately it is perception.
That's fine. That's cool. That's fine. That's all
Would it
right.
be reasonable to use either a charisma or a diplomacy check? Or even a performance check?
At this stage it is perception because it was happening around the same time the Queen ordered the beheading.
Yeah, fair enough.
19 for me, Martin.
And you'll want to beat the executioner.
I say.
18 for Barra.
Can somebody roll me please?
You got a 13 there. Right.
Oh, pretty sure that's a good thing. Oh, perception, whoops. My save file is not on this phone. Awesome.
And what did it could be about +8 to +10, I'm assuming.
Alright, let's go with +8. Have a bare minimum is there.
So that should be 21.
So that,
Yeah.
And what was Luna's?
pick up.
Hello.
What's your perception?
Luna's initiative.
Okay. Luna is up.
No, not Luna's not up. We don't know what Luna's initiative is, so we can't tell when Luna's up.
And 26. Total.
Okay, so bit of background noise from David at the moment. So, order of what's happening is the Queen has just ordered the execution of Katrina, and you've seen the executioner ready his axe, and then you see a dagger land in the foot of the executioner, and what appears to be a man in a black cloak land on the executioner's stage. Then it is Luna's go.
Okay, seeing the motion, I will actually try to like go there, pushing it around and try to move.
Okay, so attack roll. You have to make an attack roll if you want to get through because they are tightly packed.
Let's see what I can do besides an attack roll.
I've stated you can't just push your way through because They've not made openings for you to squeeze through.
Okay.
This is not a military room for swinging weapons. This is people literally up against each other in a mosh pit around a performance.
Okay, I would try to like shout.
Okay.
I mean, there's something like that to like alert the authorities.
What are you yelling out?
There's a man there.
Okay.
Like, there's a man there.
So
To like make everyone alert.
So you're pointing to where everyone's already looking to tell them that there's a man where they're looking.
Oh, everybody's looking. Okay.
It's say you've got a performance happening, and someone has just landed in the middle of the performance.
Oh, everybody's like.
And this is a thing they're trying to push through to get to, and no one's giving way for you because they're all watching it. And you're trying to tell them to look in the direction they're already looking?
Is there a way to acrobatically push to the crowd or like?
So are you going to
over
jump on
something
top
like
of
that?
people and try to run across people?
Babe, is that possible?
It is possible, but you may kill someone. Let's go.
Oh wait, I can kill someone by stepping on the
You may snap
on the
their
people's
neck.
head. Oh Jesus.
It is not a straight fantasy game. This is a fantasy horror game. So whatever you do here, you may kill someone. And you will be
Victor, what are you
responsible for
hoping
that
to
dress.
achieve?
I was trying to like get closer, but if I can, I
What
will.
are you
I
going
will
to do when
try.
you're up there?
I don't know. Maybe I try to
Okay,
restrain the guy.
give me an acrobatics roll and hope you don't roll badly.
Okay then. To not roll badly, I might just use assurance.
Yeah, do you have assurance on acrobatics?
Yeah, I do with for my Tamiqua.
Okay. So, what is your assurance level? What does it give you?
I am trained. It's so my default value is I noted it is 15. Let me check if that's correct. I'm trained plus 10. No, it should be 12.
You get 12?
No wait, you at your level and okay, should be 16 then.
Okay. So,
Yeah, no other bonus. Yeah.
you jump up and land on someone's head and feel it give way underneath you.
Oh, okay.
As the person goes crashing down into the pile of bodies with you coming down on top of them.
Jeez, I will try to help the guy.
That unfortunately
Okay.
is your action because you have now found yourself shoulder to shoulder with people and people standing on the person you just shoved to the ground.
Okay, that's my whole round, or can I do something else?
You've yelled out, you've pointed, you've jumped as a move.
Okay,
So
that's my whole turn then.
it is the executioner's go. He tries to pull out the dagger. He manages to pull the dagger out and fall over and is apparently in a lot of pain at the moment. Balath, you are up.
Bella's going to use the intimidate skill to shout to clear some people away from the fallen person. So
Then-
then get out of the way, move.
Okay, so give me an intimidation roll.
Right, I've got my dice roller. Oh god, this is going to get difficult. Okay, so on the dice it was 18. It is my trained skill with modifier of 4. What's proficiency at this level?
Proficiency is if you're only trained in it is +2, and you add your level to it, which makes it +4, so that becomes +6. And as you're doing a charisma thing, you get to add your charisma on top of that.
Yeah. So 6, 10, 28.
So 28. Okay, you start shouting out in a loud voice to get everyone to move, and a couple of people turn towards you, and you still can't see the person on the ground because your acrobatic person jumped a few feet in.
Alright, Bella is going to continue to attempt to get people to move out of the way.
People are pointing and saying Blackjack on the stage.
Yeah. Don't care.
Though the name is familiar to you.
Yeah, look, I'm sure that's right. I'm sure there's a big old spectacle scripted event going on. But Luna's probably just killed somebody with a whole bunch of witnesses. Potentially not witnesses, but gonna try and get to the line who might be dead.
Okay, so that's 2 actions. What are you doing with your final action there?
I don't know. Let's go with some prestidigitation to try and get some people to get out of the way.
Okay. Prestidigitation.
I don't know, maybe some sparkles or flash or a big sign saying, get out of the goddamn lane.
That would be quite helpful if you could do that.
Oh, yeah.
Prestidigitation. So you can cook, you can lift something, you can make a temporary object, or you can tidy something.
Can I cook somebody's road? I'll be that.
And it's a 2-action thing to do.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to skip the rest of my action.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'll make a physical effort to try and push past it.
Okay, so that would be a strength check for Balath.
Yeah, it's going to be 18 on the dice, and I have no strength modifier.
Okay, so pushing against the working class, you seem to struggle to get people to move out of your way.
Yeah.
So, Barak,
the flaming hands are useful right now.
Barak, you are up. Victor, I might get you to mute until you're talking, because the sniffling is getting a bit much at the moment.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so what is Martin's character doing?
So I was going to turn into a gorilla.
Okay, how many actions does that take?
2.
2? Okay, you turn yourself into a gorilla with shouts coming out from guardsmen on the wall pointing in your direction.
Okay. Well, hopefully, since there was a mass of people there, that they won't pick up until I actually turn into a gorilla. But anyway.
You are. It takes 2 actions, so you turn into a gorilla. You're already a gorilla now. So you've got 1 action left. And what do you want to do with your final action?
And then I want to get up to the stage.
Okay, so I will make it a athletics check to start going over people.
Okay.
Because this will not be pretty.
17.
Okay, so is that on top of your athletics?
No, it's just 17.
Okay, so you hear crunching sounds as you start running across people to the stage. As you're barreling bodies and people all over the place.
Yep.
And Sparky, you're up.
Okay, add a bit more, something a bit more tame than this.
There's blood and limbs and bodies flying all over the place.
Yep, okay. I shake my head and just say free action. But I go, okay, I've got a hat of disguise.
Yep.
I believe Pinnacle Sister's the same size as me.
Yep.
I'm going to use a 2-action illusion disguise, which comes with a hat,
Yep.
to turn myself into her, look like her. And then I'm going to yell out, going, move, guards move, protect the queen, kind of thing, and do that.
So I believe it uses the spell disguise self.
It's an illusion disguise. Illusionary disguise. It's a level 1 spell. And it lasts for an hour. I can be create an illusion, call you to appear like another creature of the same body size with a roughly same height. It's good enough to hide your identity, but not quite a person has to be in. So it's not going to be the best illusion spell hunt.
So it doesn't look like the other one, it just looks like a female halfling in armor.
Yeah, and I'm just pretending myself to be a kind of guard and just to say, move, move, protect the queen kind of thing. So
Give
I'm trying to
me
just work around.
what's the lying sort of spell skill for that?
That's deception, isn't it?
So that would be a deception roll.
Yeah, I agree with that. I thought I'd give this a go. I thought this is a
That is
less
perfectly
troublesome
valid.
one.
It is deception, yes.
That was interesting. I'm going to go 11. So I don't know how well I've done that one.
Okay, you start telling people what to do, and you hear yourself drowned out by the bellowing of a gorilla, the shouts and screams of people as a very big creature starts crushing people on the way through.
Okay. Maybe I should use a tank for that. That's okay. That's right. I expected, like, after everyone's done everything, I'm going, yeah. I was thinking about the acrobatics stick because I was very good at acrobatics, but I thought, based on people's knowledge of what's happened so far, I'm not going to try to jump on people, so I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to keep trying that until...
Okay, from the stage, you hear over the crowd, shoot the creature. Be yelled out from the stage. Okay, so that brings us to a couple of guardsmen taking shot at the big gorilla moving through the stage. So, hits armor class 27. Will that hit our gorilla?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get my healer kit out ready for you there, so.
Okay, so you get hit for 8 points of piercing damage. Do you
Okay.
have anything that reduces that?
Well, I have 5 temporary hit points. So it's
So I shall.
so the first 5 is soaked.
Okay. So that is. Apparently, the second one hits armor class 26,
Still a hit.
and that one does 4 piercing damage. And I'm hoping the
Yes.
third one misses.
Sorry, what?
And the third one hits armor class 17.
That's a miss.
Okay. And you see someone in the crowd next to you take a arrow to the head.
Okay.
Okay, so then we're sorry, my initiative tracker disappeared on me. Then you see the guy on stage call out in response as he kicks the executioner off stage. Yes, indeed, my queen, I am Blackjack. Let us usher in justice. But then be justice for Corvosa, not for the shambles you call this monarchy. Long live Corvosa, down with the queen, he yells out as the crowd starts shouting Blackjack as he grabs Katrina. Then it is Balath's turn. Sorry, it's Luna's turn.
Well, Luna's turn will use my first action to like try to toss the guy that fell. To, like use a first action healing touch.
Hard to see the person because you are standing shoulder to shoulder with people and cannot bend down.
I cannot see the guy that I dropped.
You can feel them under your feet.
Can I like try to
You shoved
touch
them
it
to the
with
ground.
the heal spell?
You shoved them to the ground with your feet as you landed on them.
And can't I like try to touch him with the healing spell?
You cannot
One
bend.
action?
You cannot bend down. People have been shoved in, and it's basically everyone's
Even with-
standing room only.
Even with Belaf like asking everybody to leave.
You bounced ahead a few people. He's slowly getting people to open up behind you, but you did acrobatic ahead of everyone. Unfortunately, you squished someone. And you see a big ape going, a big gorilla going through nearby, barreling people
Yeah,
out of the way.
I know that dude. I will try to like. How much further is it to get there?
You have travelled about 15 feet towards the stage when you were about 100 feet away.
Jesus, that won't work. Okay, if I can't get there, I will try to like save the poor guy. I will try my best to like push people away and
Give
shout to
me
get away.
a strength check.
Oh, that does suck. Wait. Well, probably failed.
What did you get?
I got a 9 minus 1 8.
So, while you're trying to shove people, one of them happens to elbow you back in a painful way. And you take 2 bludgeoning damage from that shove. So, second action.
Well, what I will try is I will do the same thing. No, I can't. I can't cause fear. What I will do is I will try to use deception to come up with something that can scare the crowd. Like I can try to use one action to like recall knowledge and feel like try to use society to like come up with some idea to like use deception to make people get away.
Okay, so
You make stampede.
so you wish to create a stampede.
I wish to people to like open space.
So you
And
wish
I
to,
don't know the customs to like converse by head, so I will try to like recall knowledge with society to see if I can shout a word or something that people will recognize and move away.
Okay, give me a society roll. Actually, it's a secret
Alright.
roll.
Oh, is that
recall,
secret
recall
roll? So you
knowledge
can
is a
roll for me?
secret roll.
My society is +9.
Okay, so you recall a word as your action. Do you shout it out?
Yeah, I shot it.
Okay, so Balath hears probably one of the most offensive phrases in Chilaxian get yelled out by Luna.
I don't like it too. What, do I hear the same thing? Or?
You do.
I shake my head a second time, just put it out there.
And apparently,
Do people start to hear me? Oh.
the people around Luna seem to be attacking her.
to Balath, and Balath says, "Well, I mean, Luna was well, she lost it."
And the crowd around Luna start turning on her. Okay, so Balath, you're up.
Balath just stands there and watches the shit show unleash itself. There's
Okay.
nothing he can do now.
Okay, Barak, you have travelled. What's your move as a gorilla?
It's 25.
So you have
Speed.
traveled 25 feet towards the stage. You are still 75 feet from the stage. Do you wish to continue moving towards the stage?
Well, it seems to have achieved its purpose in that Blackjack isn't being shot at, so I'm happy to try and disappear.
Mm-hmm. How would you like to do that?
I'd just like to get out of there.
Okay, so you go running towards an exit.
Yep.
Okay, give me a strength roll for your gorilla.
Okay.
I'll make an athletics roll. Athletics.
So it's +8. 23.
Okay, you go barreling towards the gates, moving 3 moves.
Yep.
Okay, so you go 75 feet towards the gates, pushing everyone in your way out of the way.
Okay.
Lots of people down behind you. Bella, so then it is Sparky's go.
So Luna's right next to me, isn't she?
Luna is not right next to you. You did not jump into a bunch of people.
Okay. I'm the same as Bella. I'm going, there's no way I'm going to get through this crowd to get to Blackjack or anywhere. I'll try to yell out again, saying, if I heard that person say, I heard Luna say that saying Chilaxian.
Yeah.
I said, and I just might yell out in Chilaxian saying, I've got this, let the guards take care of this person. And yell out the same thing. I can do a deception roll on that one, I suppose? Or?
Sure, give me a deception roll.
Yeah. I'm trying to save your ass here, Victor, just let you know. I did, because I only rolled 11, so...
Okay, so apparently you don't have that much authority in your voice. And no one seems to have noticed you say that.
Okay, anyone noticing the crowd disperse in any sort of way, or just stand there still?
The crowd is apparently on the verge of rioting.
Okay, sweet.
Not only have they had a gorilla run through them, they have been stirred up by their folk hero.
Okay,
Against the Queen.
Would I'm not sure how many, this might be more than an action. But
And you are currently dressed as one of the Queen's guardsmen.
Shit. Do I have to roll perception check to work out that I'm shit if I don't get rid of the illusion, or I pick it up straight away?
You'll probably pick it up as you start getting beaten up.
Okay. I'm going to disable the illusion for a bit, which is a good action. I've done the speaking, and I'll do that for 2 actions because now. Okay, thanks everyone. I'm the same as Bella, just going, whatever, just let's get through this kind of thing. Yeah. I tried to save Luna, it didn't work. I'll pray to her death a bit. So, yeah.
Guys, I have something to ask. My boss is coming here to pick me up. I have to go, but can I set up what my intention with Luna is in the next rounds? Maybe it not work, but maybe I try something.
Sure.
What Luna will try to do is, she will try to do a 3-action healing, to try to save the poor guy. But if people start rioting so much, I will try to calm emotions. If nothing works, I will try to hit away with local shadow. That's my 3 probable ways out of this. Maybe none of this works, that's up to you. But this is my intentions before I get to leave, sorry.
That's all good. Sorry, you have to head off.
Yeah, I will try to set up a way to miss work every Wednesday, so I don't miss my RPG day. And I will try to set this up today, okay?
Good luck with work today.
Yeah, but today I can't, my boss is gonna pick me up and I can't get away from it.
I understand.
Okay, see you next week.
See you next fortnight.
Take care everyone.
There you go.
Okay, so Sparky does that as the crowd starts to get angry, and they start yelling, "Get the guards!" As your illusion drops.
Okay.
You see everyone turn around to look at someone who was yelling for authority and not seeing anyone rush past you. And then it is on stage. You see the guy in the cloak with multiple arrows sticking out of his cloak, firing what appears to be a grappling gun into the up onto the wall and start dragging Katrina with him. It is now Balath's go. What does Balath wish to do? You can see that the crowd is very angry towards the Queen and her supporters.
Did you say Bella?
Yeah, Balath.
Alright, so we're essentially, we were here to rescue Katrina. She's getting rescued by old mate there.
But
let's
we didn't know until Blackjack turned up, which was halfway down the initiative order.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Blackjack's looking after her, so that's essentially mission accomplished for us. Bella looks around, looks to Luna, looks to the gorilla, wonders who the gorilla is, what the hell is going on here. This place is weird. It has changed since I lived here. Bella then looks at Sparky. Is Sparky about to get assaulted by a bunch of people even though she's changed?
No, they seem to be looking more at you than at Sparky because you look more authoritative and like a Queen supporter than anyone else.
You got Misty Step or something like that?
Oh, you're gonna get flaming hands real quick.
Sorry, I just asked it.
No, not you, the crowd. I will kill every single one of them if I have to.
It does look like people are ready to throw rubbish in your direction.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Bella looks down to the guy who is literally on the ground being stamped on and screams out, "I'm just trying to get to the guy who's hurt. Go kill somebody useful. No, don't do that. Go do your revolution. Just get out of the way so we can save this guy. He's hurt."
Okay, so then Barak, you're about 2 moves from the gate where there's 2 guardsmen trying to shut a gate.
Alright, I'll keep going.
Okay, so you reach the guardsman. Would you like to barrel through or take the guardsman out?
Barrel through.
Okay, give me an athletics check to see how well you do versus the partly shut gate.
Ooh, a 19 plus 8 is 27.
Okay, you hit the gate with a bang, throwing both guardsmen against the wall. Hearing a squishing sound as they hit the walls, and you make it through the gate unharmed.
Cool. Keep going.
And then we have Sparky. You do see everyone seems to be ignoring you right now.
Is there any way now that where the gorilla's gone through? Is there any way I can go through that way at all?
Okay, you think you might be able to squeeze through to there, but you'll need to make an acrobatics check to squeeze through the throng of people moving the other direction.
I have a quick look at Bella's. Yeah, he's got it. He'll just kill people, I think. And I'm just going to get my ass out of there. So I'll roll a acrobatics check to see if we can get out of there. That's a 30.
A 30. Okay, you manage to duck, weave, and move, barely managing to get through the crowd without being dragged with it, and find yourself in the swathe of destruction that was the gorilla making his way through the people.
Yeah, I'm going to just have a can I, from where I'm standing, can I have a quick perception check of what's going with the Queen Pinwinkle and the Pinwinkle sister at all, to see what's going on over there?
Sure.
How they kind of
Perception.
okay. Perception. That's a 28.
Okay. You see that Pinwinkle's sister is giving you a wave from the balcony of the Queen before heading in.
I'll blow her a kiss. Okay. So and then I'll follow Barak out, and when I'm next move, I might go check how Bella's going, and I think he'd be okay. He get himself out of stuff. He's okay. I trust Bella.
Okay. Then you see Balath sees Blackjack pulling Katrina up the wall and scaling the outside and disappearing. You do see screams coming from the stage where the mob are executing the executioner. And they seem to be pushing past you, trying to get to the various crowds, various guards near the crowd who are trying to form a wall to stop people getting to the Queen. Then it is your
Well, that
turn.
just seems like a bit of justice. Look, as long as Bella's not getting attacked, he's not getting involved in this shit.
You see at least 30 people on the ground.
Look, he'll spend some first aid, but that's about it. No one's getting spells today. They didn't pay, so they ain't getting spells.
Okay. So, give me a battle medicine roll.
I mean, I'm just going for stabilize. So probably just a regular medicine roll.
Okay, so stabilize is a 2-action cantrip, I believe.
Isn't the heal action? Isn't there a stabilize in the heal action?
So if the stabilize in the heal, let me have a quick look. Because you do have the stabilize spell, and I think.
I know, but.
Let me look up medicine. Medicine. Administer first aid is a 2-action stabilize.
Yeah, right. So it's cantrip time.
So you're looking at potentially 15 to 18 DC on stabilize checks.
Yep. Or I could use the cantrip spell.
Yep. Which is, I believe, an automatic stabilize.
Yeah. So Bellas is just going to spend his time stabilizing, unless he's getting attacked.
Okay.
So
So
I'm going to go and use for it.
all good. So you start stabilizing people. And then it is Barak's turn. You make it through into the outside of the streets. Do you wish to change form and disappear into a disappear down a laneway and change form?
Yes, if that's doable.
That is doable. Okay, you change form. You still got 2 bolts sticking out of you.
Okay, I'll carefully take those out and do first aid on myself.
Okay. So do you do the battle medicine on yourself, or you spend 10 minutes?
Just spend 10 minutes.
Okay. So Sparky shows up while you're still tending yourself.
Yep.
What does Mark wish to do as you show up with Barak? You see him in the one of the laneways nearby. You are on mute, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Oh, backwards to go back to the desk. Sorry.
Okay.
What do I have? Or?
Yes, you're up. You've just reached the laneway and found Barak back in dwarven form, patching himself up.
Okay. I'll have a look over to the other two crew members. Have they got out any further at all?
No, apparently one of them is busy trying to tend to the wounded, and the other one is busy trying to calm the crowd.
Okay. I'm just gonna, from the lane with the corner, I'm just gonna keep an eye on them, and if I need to rush in to pull them out or something like that, I'll hang around. So, but otherwise, I'm just gonna stay here and go. Well, that was fun. I say to Barry.
Oh yeah, it's great.
But I seen the crowds gonna do stuff, and I thought escapeness is just really the two people in the middle trying to heal people. And I'll just hold off for a little bit, just see how they go. If they start getting attacked or something like that, I might rush back in. So.
Okay, so you see Luna calm emotions on the crowd, just as the guardsmen retaliate.
Yeah, I was thinking, is that a good idea?
No, but that was the choice of the player.
Yeah.
So you basically see a bloodbath of retaliation from the guards attacking people who cannot attack them in return. Unfortunately, calm emotions does mean you cannot take hostile actions. So I believe at that point, Balath and Luna both retreat from the carnage, as you've probably witnessed the death of close to 150 citizens who didn't make it out. Because they don't seem to be making any attempts to heal or save those left behind. So yes, you have made it out, and where do you wish...
Belath healed one.
Yes, but then the people start having to run away from it, ran right over the person. So a trample coming the other way doesn't help. So they would have been probably at least 500-600 people around the executioner's block. So,
I think we need to go back to the captain, and yeah, I need to find it. Does anyone know about this Blackjack guy?
okay, you get some information from Balath, who basically say he's the local folk hero, the Robin Hood equivalent.
Oh. Like the anti-penguin crew, you're saying? You like that? Okay. So, yeah, so it sounds like a rebellion's happening here, or coup. But
well, that's not a coup. If it was a coup, they would have actually have survived.
No, it's not the full kind of us. It's just more of a kind of a saving a person, and I think it's being Pathfinders. We're supposed to be a little bit neutral, aren't we? Is that correct, Martin?
You are, yes.
Yeah. So, and I'll be looking at Belath and going, so, what's your view of this? Which side are you on? I just look at him.
He shrugs.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a really blank staff. He's fucking over.
Okay. Should we go to the captain and see what her thoughts on it? Is it her? Isn't it her? The captain?
The captain is a her.
Yeah. Because really we can just report what happened, but we were just here to come and advise what was going on. We just say the person who got executed got saved by the local hero, and the crowd wasn't happy, and a lot of people died. Let's not mention the gorilla thing. Okay, just put it out there.
Well,
right?
I was going to say, should we be offering our services?
To consider those Eh. Okay. We could certainly offer it if there's any injuries or.
And we may not need to haul in Katrina. We may well want to play both sides rather than go all in. But
yeah, I'd like to know what each side's going to do in the future. That's why, because it's either going to be, there's going to be replications to hold this to the people that supported Blackjack, so which might be a lot of the community. And honestly, based on being Pinwinkle and Pinwinkle's sister, you did wave at me, by the way. I have a feeling they wanted this to happen in some way, so they can do something, but I'm not sure. I just have a gut feeling on that one. I'm not sure. I said if they're trying to overthrow something or cause rebellion in a city, I don't know. From what I got from Pinwinkle, he's a bit of a chaotic person, so he might be trying to cause some issues here. I don't know. Anyway, I think we should get the captain's opinion on this one because he's the one trying to keep the peace around here. But if she hasn't got anything else like that, we won't have to. I reckon, definitely. Let's see if we can go, maybe help out if anyone's injured and provide some healing of some sort. But I'd like to get some more information of how this is going to cause what's going to happen to the city after this, because I've got a feeling, Cordosa is not going to be a nice place to be for a while.
So after about 10, 20 minutes of conversation, considering you had to wait 10 minutes for your druid to heal himself, I believe, how much healing did you get for your 2d8?
Oh.
Assuming you made the healing roll.
11 plus 12, so 23.
So not a critical success, just a success, and you get to roll 2d8.
So 13.
Should have you back on full.
Cool.
Okay, so you, as you're coming out of the laneway, you see a bunch of priests and priestesses with silken robe, silken cloak actually, walking down the street.
All right.
And considering they've just got a silken cloak open to the front, wearing nothing underneath, you believe they come from the Temple of Lust.
Okay, I'll steer clear of them.
As they seem to be heading for the square outside of the palace.
Right. Does this city, Chilaxian or whatever it is, have a history of followers of lust being rebellious?
It does not, because this is the first time in history they've had followers of lust.
Right. Okay.
They were not part of their normal.
Right.
Now, as a player, I have a feeling I know what's going on. As a character, would I have any understanding of, Pinwinkle's, religion and what it's trying to do? From all the stuff that we've had so far?
Not really. Your character has not interacted with them, so Sparky
No, I think-
is completely clueless as to the motivations of the people she hasn't spoken with.
Yep, that's fair enough. Just the last question. That's cool.
Whereas Mark probably has quite a lot of ideas, just that unfortunately his character has avoided them specifically.
100% on that one, 100%.
So yes, where would you like to head now? Are you heading to Cressida? Or are you heading to your home base? Or are you heading to report to back to Magnamar, considering all the crap that's been going down?
Oh, I think we should head to the Captain of the Guard first, and then maybe head back to Magnamar. What do you think? I'm looking at everyone.
Sounds good.
So I think we need to just find out what the vibe is.
Have we got together with Belath and Victor?
Yes, it wasn't very hard for them to follow the trail of blood to the alleyway.
Oh, okay.
So yes, they did catch up with you while you were doing your 10 minutes of healing.
Okay. So we'll try to find based on where the commotion was, we're probably going in the opposite direction, is that correct, Martin?
That is correct.
Yep, so we'll head over to the captain and just, hey, what's going on here? And just ask, just get the vibe. Does she know we're Pathfinder Society people? Just matter of interest. I can't remember.
No, because it's not something you were told to share.
That's what I'm still asking. But we'll just say, hey, what's going on here? We just come back from a break and wow, that's an interesting day. I'm just trying to get a vibe of what she knows about things before we head back. So we've got some, I suppose, local knowledge, I suppose. Is that right?
Okay, so when you reach the guardhouse on the other side of the city from the palace, it takes a little while to get there. You find the guardsmen all being readied for combat, all coming up outside the gatehouse itself, the guardhouse itself. You have not seen this number of guards spilling out before in each of your other visits. Normally it was understaffed because they were in the city somewhere doing something. So it looks like they almost have about 150 soldiers in armour as you start approaching the tower.
We'll go up and we just see the captain if she's free.
Okay, give me a diplomacy roll. You do get +2 if you are displaying your award of merit if your character has it.
Yep, I'm going to display that. So. Nat 20 for a 27 upgraded.
Okay, they salute you and escort you to the front door.
See, I've done good occasionally. Don't need quarter to do these things anymore. Yep, no more quarter. So, I'll...
Inside you walk into a room with Cressida, as well as Pinwinkle, his sister, and a couple of other of the Queen's Guardsmen.
Yep.
As she looks up and gestures for you to come in.
Okay. The whole time I'm walking, I'm just looking at my sister with a kind of a, really, you're here? kind of thing, but yeah. She knows the way back.
Or she has the livelihood of a guards person, but of rank.
Yep, that's fair enough.
And they're talking about quelling the uprising.
So I assume this is all unexpected. I say straight up.
Cressida just nods and said she wasn't expecting people, guerrilla, magic to stop people coming into their right mind and fleeing.
Yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting either, but this is a interesting town, I'm just going to say nicely, but yeah. So is there still a lot of unrest with the civilians here at the moment, or?
There's a lot of anger in the streets, calling for the Queen to be tossed off the throne.
Oh.
And as the rightful ruler of the city, it is the responsibility of her and her guardsmen to support her at this stage.
And I'll look at Pinwinkle's sister, so I assume you are trying to chase Blackjack at the moment.
She shrugs and says she's just trying to make sure the city's safe.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you know where Blackjack is.
Now, this trend for DM and Mark here, have I met Blackjack before or not?
You may have, just that you don't know.
Okay, I'll just say, look, first time I've seen the person, I've heard about the person, first time I've seen it. So, no idea. But is there, and I'll just ask her, when I ask her, is there anything we can do to help out with settling things down at all? I'm looking for possibly a non-violent way, because that usually goes better than lots of violence.
Pinwinkle looks at you and says, "Oh, you look like the sort who can deal with trouble. There have been some unrest near the Temple of Lust, and he would be most appreciative if you could stop the people doing any vandalism or graffiti in the area."
I look toward Belath and see if I get any response from Belath when Pinwinkle says that.
Oh, Belak laughs.
He waves at Belaf with his demonic hand.
Shut your face, moron. Why would we go and do anything for your stupid temple? You've ruined debauchery.
He says he'll give you a free ride.
Are you serious? Do you think I need a free ride? Something I can't get for myself? You have ruined debauchery. You've made everyone debaucherous. It's boring. Quite frankly, every single one of your temples could burn to the ground, and I would laugh and joy, and I would party for the rest of my life.
Well, if that floats your boat, he says.
You used to be fun instead of boring and stupid. You're not Pinwinkle, you're just some flesh suit inhabited by something else.
He says, thanks for giving him the ideas. He did it based on your dreams.
I gave you nothing.
You gave him a dream, a future to strive for. And he is very much appreciative of it.
No, you stole my dreams. And then you took them and you bastardized them and you ruined them. And now debauchery is a common thing that anybody thinks that they could do. It ruins the whole spirit. This is what you've done, you petty moron.
He laughs and says he's just made it available to everyone, so not just the rich can have fun.
It's not about the rich. The poorest of poor engage in debauchery. It takes the true spirit to properly engage in it. You're the one who's just opened up everyone to it. It's not okay. It's not a series of elite. It's a series of mindset. You've ruined everything. You've ruined the entire world.
He says he's glad you think so, but he's sure that you could probably have given him some pointers on how to do some more if you were of like mind.
More? What do you mean more? You've done everything. You've made it public and normal.
Isn't that what you wanted?
These people aren't meant to be. No, these people aren't meant to be debaucherous. These people are supposed to be continuing on with the world so the world doesn't burn down in a pile of smut and cum and sex sweat. Never thought I'd get to say that very day.
And the more you say, the more Pinwinkle smiles.
Know this. If every one of your temples burns to the ground anytime soon, it won't be soon enough. Your graffiti in your temples is yours to deal with. Quite frankly, I wish we were rid of you and everything that you ever achieved.
He shrugs and says, well, he's insured against fire.
And what would you do with more money? Like, you need more money.
Oh, he'll just spread and build 2 temples for everyone that burns down.
Exactly. And further ruin the world. What are you hoping to achieve?
He wants to make sex normal.
It is normal. People have sex all the time. What you're doing is you're bringing debaucherous and unique acts into the public eye, which isn't good. It just forces people to do things that they never thought they'd want or need to do. And people are doing it because they think they're supposed to do it now.
Says, it's the norm.
Yes, because you've made it the norm. You've forced people into doing things that they don't really want to do.
They pay for the privilege. He doesn't force them.
Besides, Guys, are you even Pinwinkle anymore? You're not, are you? You're just a flesh suit. Where is the soul of Pinwinkle?
He's embraced the lust that you've shown him.
Right, so you sent him into some secret magic demonic fuckhole, and now you're following his body. Who are you?
I'm Pinwinkle, he says.
Well, I'm not. I knew Pinwinkle.
I'm trying to change the subject now because I realise it's never going to go anywhere. And I said, "You sure there isn't anything else we can help you with?"
Well,
I'm just. Go ahead.
I'm just going to watch Teliax burn to help Pinwinkle do anything.
you do see a small smile on Cressida as you say that, which she covers up pretty quickly. And
Wow. Well, that was an interesting conversation. I believe some.
Who says the conversation's over?
Well, okay. Anyway, Mr. Pinwinkle, I think we can safely say that we probably wouldn't be helping you with the temple at the moment. I'm just based on the previous conversation of 20 seconds ago. But
well, in that case, he's more than happy to sponsor any task you do with tickets of service at his temple, redeemable anytime.
Yes, that's right. Pay for everything with sex, won't you?
Says sex pays, and sex sells.
Yes, I know.
I will look at Pinwinkle's sister and said, "Is there anything you need help with?"
She shrugs and says, well, you turned her down, so she can't actually offer you any work.
That's fair enough. I just don't. I have a different view on things. That's understandable. And I'll go back to the captain to say, "Is there anything else we can help with?" I feel that, no offence to the two individuals here, I think it might be best that we try to help with something else.
She sighs a little bit with the the two here seem to be dealing with most of the town's problems, so
Okay.
she does have some things she can ask you
Oh
to
yes,
do.
let's spread the legs of the town so the Pinwinkle can come in and ruin it.
I tried to tap Bella from the shoulder. I was going to reach up and try to tap him on the shoulder going, "It's okay. You let it out. Let's just
No,
try
it's
to..."
not. If next to it here, this whole place would be razed to the ground.
Has Nexa mentioned to us about her thing with Pinwinkle yet, or not really? Yeah, I don't think so. No, I'm just trying to get a character, but yeah. No, that's right. I'll ask Captain, look, you said there's something that we can do. I feel like we'd like to help somehow based on what happened, but...
Okay, so she assigns you to work guard of one of the bridges to make sure Katrina doesn't escape across the bridge.
Okay. Yeah, but that guys?
Yeah.
Yes, you know, do something useful, unlike this moron.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Katrina. Pinwinkle, nice to meet you the first time. And
Pinwinkle hands you a voucher for a free service at his temple.
thank you, but... yeah, thank you. Very nice. Sure, okay. Anyway, and then I'll wave goodbye to Pinwinkle's sister. So we have a wavy situation every time we meet each other.
She waves.
Yeah. Okay, I'll walk outside the guys and go, well, let's do this bridge thing and then maybe head back. What do you think?
Sure, why not?
Sure. Yeah, look, I think yeah. A little bit of built up frustration there with the Pinwinkle, I said.
First
Well,
time
he
he's been in the room
single-handedly
with
ruined
you.
the world, and yes.
Okay.
Even Cordar and I would agree right now, and that's saying something.
Well, that's saying a lot. Look, as I said, I don't know. I only hear some of the history. I've never... First time I've met Pinwinkle, is that right?
It's the first
Well,
time
then
you've met
what you need to
people.
know is he is single-handedly one of the most evil beings in the entire planet, universe, realm. Whatever the measurement is, he is the worst.
Oh, okay. Seemed to be a nice guy, but okay, yeah. Anyway.
He does. And you know what? So do I sometimes.
Yes, that's true. Okay, let's go to this bridge thing.
Okay.
So, which bridge on the map was it? Just the close to the forest? I'm trying to remember the map.
No, Christina's coming through. Don't let her by.
No, I didn't say we were gonna not. I had a feeling we were gonna let her by, but anyway.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So, you've been assigned High Bridge.
Yep.
And you've been put in the middle of the bridge while there are people at either end of the bridge.
Okay. The palace is up north, isn't it?
The palace is the castle. I will try to switch to the screen so you can see better.
Yep.
So Castle Corvosa is the center, and that was the courtyard where you had the massacre happen. Mm-hmm. And you came over here to see the Citadel, and she sent you south into the High Bridge.
Yep. Okay. And how long were you supposed to stay there for? Did she say it all? Or?
She's assigned you there for duty for the short term. You're not sure how long.
Okay. Because when we feel we've done that, we'll head back to Magnamar and provide our report. But okay, we'll stay. And I suppose when we get there, and I suppose there's guards at either end. Is that right? Or
there are guards at either end and along the bridge.
And just the middle is where we're going to look after. Okay.
Yep, you've got one of the guard posts in the middle. They let you relieve them as they head off to get a break.
Okay.
So what agenda should we have?
Well, that's what because I look around. It's just us. Like, are the guards not within distance of us? Or?
No other guards within distance of you.
I have a feeling, and hear me out here, I think the captain would like the Queen to be removed, or remove a certain particular uncle and sister situation from the city, I have a feeling. I'm pretty sure I know Bella's feelings on this whole situation, but I'm not sure about Luna and yourself, and I'm pretty sure not Kordar's and Nexus opinions on the whole thing. I feel this person who's accused, which might be wrongfully accused, we still don't know to this time, might be part of the rebellion, maybe? What do you think?
I don't care about people.
Oh, no, I'm just all as Pathfinders, we're supposed to just be neutral, but I feel that certain new factions of the city, and I'm talking about this lovely Temple of Lust, which Bella absolutely adores, and I put a smile on my face when I say that. I think this is causing a bit of uproar, and I'm pretty sure I remember Bella's father saying that he likes chaos as well, so I think they're enjoying that side of things too. So I don't know the history of, Corvosa as much, but have they gone through a lot of, Bella, have they gone through a lot of uprisings and, stuff like that?
I don't really know.
No.
There's not a huge history of uprising. Most of the time, if there's an uprising, the guards are sent to kill the uprisers.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is... Well, a lot of people dead there. I don't think the public is going to be very happy for a while, and I've got a feeling something's going to happen, and I have a feeling that Blackjack guy might be leading the rebellion, but I'm not sure what you guys reckon. But I don't know much about Blackjack, and so I'm only going for hearsay here, and I haven't spoken to Blackjack personally, so I don't know his views on this sort of thing, but I'm just going to jump on here. That's right. I mean, as I said, I would love to talk to Nectar about Blackjack, because she might have some background being a local about him, but she's not here, so I can't ask her, so.
Okay, so Basically, Blackjack is known for his ability to challenge authority and provide justice.
So yeah, I see what you mean by Robin Hood.
And how about good management?
Is he overall good guy, or is he kind of like he varies from time to time? Is that kind of the thing?
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah, I'd say for the, I suppose if you look like, I'm assuming he's like Robin Hood. What you're telling me, Martin. I'm assuming that without doing any research on it, I'd say that he's looks after the poor and needy very well, but doesn't really care much for the higher society kind of stuff. Is that a good kind of description, or?
He basically shows up in times of need and helps those in desperate states.
Yeah. So he must have felt that something wasn't quite right there, and that's why he's got involved. But
And he's basically the unknown hero of the town. They know Blackjack, they just don't know who he is. And he's been active for centuries.
oh, okay. Does he work alone, or does he work with like a gang or something like that? Do we know?
He reportedly works alone, but he's also, in history, has been killed many times.
Ah, so he's like a what's that?
The ghost who
Beaver.
walks?
The Beaver of Vendetta, I'm thinking. But yeah, yeah, the Ghost of Walk, yeah, definitely. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, look, we just have to report this back. It just depends on what the Pathfinder Society wants to do, because really it's. Do they? I suppose they don't want to cause any grief with this situation, but they also don't want to have a town going to full riot either. So. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good to know their feelings.
Yeah.
Because
I'm without knowing Blackjack and a few other details about why she got accused, because there's something behind that which we still don't know to this day.
Well, you are not privy to the castle at this stage.
I could have been if I signed up, but I really didn't want to do that. I thought it was a bad thing to do.
That is fair.
Oh, the thought did cross my mind, but I thought, how far? Yeah, I just have a look. She gave me a look I didn't like. So yeah. So anyway, okay. Well, I'll try to play some cards or waiting for on this bridge and see what happens. But I'll just keep, every so often we'll just keep a watch out for things to see if we can pick up anything at all. So, but yeah.
So every now and then you get a group of local peasants apologizing for interrupting you and showing some paperwork in your direction.
The paperwork allows them to transfer across the bridge, does it?
Well, looking at it, it seems to be a giving them passage to cross the high bridge.
Okay.
And it's dated for this week.
Okay. When every 10 minutes or something like that, somebody comes across and does that, or
every 10 minutes or so, a group of 4 or 5 come across. They seem to be limiting traffic.
Yeah. Okay. If I see anyone suspicious, I'll have a closer look at the paperwork. But yeah, and if the front guards, one of the guards for either side have looked through it already, I have a funny feeling it's okay. So. But yeah, if something stands out, something looks a bit strange, I kind of might look into it. But
Sure,
I'll keep you
give me a
know.
perception roll.
Yeah. So I should have top of the head by now. 18.
18. Okay, so as you're glancing at it, you keep noticing that some numbers appear to be fresher than other numbers on the paperwork.
Okay. Is it like wet ink or something like that, or is it just actually not dried as much as the other?
Well, it's not as faded as the other.
Okay.
So are they using it to just keep taking things backwards and forwards across the bridge?
Well, it's different people each time.
Now, what's on East Shore compared to the other side of the thing of Big Land?
The
What's it
East
like?
Shore is one of the poorer areas,
Yeah.
but it's also the one that has access to the Shoanti lands.
And Midland is like middle class, isn't it?
Just bringing up the information on the district. So, East Shore has a few noble houses and no subdivisions. So basically, they'd be using it to service the rich.
Okay. If I'm going to pick a random one, and when they come across just themselves, said, "Oh, what do you play?" Like, I'll just ask a few extra questions to see if I get any sort of responses of like, I'm not sure how to. Is it perception again? I'm not sure, but
Let's see, looking at skills, I believe there is a skill for this.
for diplomacy or society or something.
Let's see. It's been so long since I've done most of this stuff beforehand.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Huh?
Is it society?
I think it's under society.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to I'll leave it for other guys if they want to ask any questions, but I'll just ask.
So I'll make it a society check as you look at it.
That's 16.
A 16. It's not that easy for you to tell what's going on here. It seems as if the form has been reused or modified. You're not really sure.
Yeah. Unless I can pick out something, I'm not really. It's like, yeah, I can do what I can, but if they've gone through the other guards already, I don't know if the other guards have done the same sort of check. So I'm assuming each of the guards have done a little bit of a check themselves. But
And not guaranteed that the guards are literate or that they understand what the form means. As long as it looks presentable, most of them will let it through.
when I look at these people, do I pick up any sort of, like, being a thief as such, from a thief background, would I notice like they're trying to conceal stuff or something like that? I suppose another perception check I showed on that one. But that's the only reason why they want to go across those places, if they're trying to conceal something or bring somebody across they shouldn't do. That's what I'm thinking to myself. There should be no other reason to bring people to and from the bridge. So I don't think I can use... Oh, I wouldn't be able to use thievery on that, because thievery is more in action, so perception's more perception of seeing if I can notice anything.
I would say it's perception. They've tied a lot of stuff into perception.
Yeah, I'll give that a go. Yeah, still only at 16, so I probably not notice anything.
Okay, so a lot of people look dodgy because, well, they're talking to guardsmen. And the rumours are that guardsmen have, even though you're not wearing the garb, have recently killed a lot of people.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I'm just gonna note it down, but go, yeah. So, okay, I'll just kind of keep doing the thing, but I'll note it down, and
Thank you.
but on the way out, whichever way we go out, when we go out to the back to the Citadel kind of thing, I might just kind of ask the guards on a few things on the way out kind of thing. But yeah, but no, till I see something really, really bad, I'm not going to worry about it. So,
I believe we lost to David somewhere along the line as well.
yeah, no, I think he had to drop out because of something on the truck.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you spend about 8 hours dealing with paperwork.
So, what's our food chain? If we were wanting to report to the Pathfinder Society, who would be our boss?
It is
Lady Hindmarsh.
Bonnie Hammer. She's the head of the Magnamar Pathfinder Society.
And then she passes on any other confidential messages you have to your heads of each of the houses.
Yep.
All right. So how long would it take us to get to her?
Takes about an hour to open up the gate to get through
All right.
as a ritual.
Yep.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, look, once we do the shift, I think we'll just go back and mention to the captain that we're just going to head off for a bit, we'll be back, and then head back to Magnamar. Report what we found, and saying there's a bit of unrest, and we don't know where it's going to go. It could go bad or could go good. We don't know yet.
And
Right.
and what side should we be taking?
Or I'll just say, look, we'll be honest, but I'll just say, look, we haven't taken his side yet, but there's something not quite right. I don't think whatever the execution was, I don't think there was I don't think there's a belief that the person was guilty, but we can't prove either yay or nay. So we're only here saying rumours at the moment. So unless she knows any different. So and and we'll just say the Pinwinkle influence in there is getting pretty bad. So.
Okay, so after your 8-hour shift, you get back to Magnamar.
Yep.
And sitting down with Lady Hindmarsh over a decent meal.
Yep.
Okay.
Considering she does accommodate Barak's tastes for more wild game. Well, you don't have a preference for the more constructed meals that cities provide.
That's right.
I understand it all, yeah.
And considering she is Chilaxian, it is amusing that she does cater to your personal preferences.
That is great. Yes.
It takes them a while to learn them, but once they do, they generally try to. So she goes through everything that happens with you, and she's a bit shocked that the new queen first major decision was to execute someone without trial.
And I do say to her, I said, look, I'm suspicious, but I don't know what the motivation is between her, Pinwinkle's sister and Pinwinkle, and I think it's all linked together.
She does not trust Pinwinkle. She's glad that that your group returned his Wayfinder, so he no longer has permission to enter the Pathfinder Lodge.
Cool.
Yeah.
But he does actively talk against the Pathfinders on the councils.
Yes,
He's not a friend of the society anymore.
I believe that he's. I think Bella's point of view was lost cause. I think, but I'll be honest, it was my first time meeting Pinwinkle, and I can see where there's a lot of distrust for just meeting once, and but there's something going on in Cordosa that it goes all the way up to the Queen, but we don't know what exactly is going on in the background there. There's something. She has a motivation, I believe. I think, and I don't know what that is.
And I'm sure choosing a scapegoat makes whatever she was doing appear normal.
And I have a think for a second. I go, she wouldn't have murdered the king herself, would she?
It would be impossible to prove now that the king has been dead and buried.
Ah.
I
wouldn't say that's necessarily the case, but
I look at Barak. I know where you go with Barak, but it's if the king is buried in a royal cemetery inside the castle, which I have a funny assumption it is, that's a lot of stuff to go past, even. And then we've got to check out what actually. How long has the king been buried by?
The king has been buried for over 6 months now.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to kind of to actually find out what was the.
So how did the accusation levelled at Katrina come about?
I think it was just the Queen saying that that's who the killer was, or somebody. So I think it's. I haven't.
6 months later. Jeez.
Apparently, she was held in jail for about 4 months before the execution. So, if there was a trial, it was behind closed doors and was not advertised.
Right.
And I feel that this is a scapegoat. She's been used as a scapegoat. Don't know who the person might have potentially killed the king is. And honestly, she might have killed the king because he was doing something silly. I don't know. It's like we haven't heard the stories from both sides, if that makes sense.
She does say that Blackjack has often been a friend of the society.
I had a feeling about that, but I didn't quite know that because
But she does not know who the current Blackjack is.
if we were to meet with Blackjack, would that be able to get some background on this?
Possibly, just that finding and convincing him to talk to you, not guaranteed, especially considering you have been working with the town guard. And you were an honour from the Queen herself.
Okay, it's a fair call. Is there any way we could maybe communicate that we are Pathfinders to him without letting everyone else know?
She does not know if being a Pathfinder would be a benefit or a detriment because she does not know the current Blackjack.
Do we know if Blackjack hangs around with certain gangs or anything that we could maybe talk to?
He doesn't. From what she's read of him, he is not gang or politically affiliated.
And what I heard as well is that there's been many Blackjacks over the year that have died and do want to be created. There must be some sort of I don't know. I'm just trying to find a way that I'd like to talk to him to make sure Katrina's okay, but also
she interrupts you and says, "Are you sure it's a him?"
Oh, sorry, that's true. I do apologise. Could be a her.
It can be both. Magic does make it easy to pretend to be male or female because you can actually change your sex.
Now, from what you know of the Queen, does she have any sort of figure? Because I remember originally, Martin, back before Pinwinkle died, the Queen had she had the guard, which was Pinwinkle's sister, but she also had a background outside of Cordosa, didn't she?
She did. She was born in Chaliax.
Okay.
She's a Chalaxian noble.
Okay.
And has the backing of the Hell Knights.
Okay. I'm just trying to think. I suppose, Lady Highness, where would you like to go from here? Because I don't know if we can get hold of Blackjack or anyone like that to find any more information out here at the moment. I feel we come to a dead end, that's all. I do apologise.
No, she's just glad it's not the death of you or the innocent girl. Just sad that so many people lost their lives that day.
Yeah, it was a very sad day. We didn't expect it to turn out like that.
And welcome back to David.
Hey, David.
Hello. Just doing a bit of work. So I should be a little bit nicer.
That's okay. So we just for your background, we went to we did our guard duty on the bridge. We noticed a few dodgy people going between the places, but we couldn't pin them down to anything because my rolls were crap. And you weren't there. So we ended up going back to Magnamar and talking to Lady Highmarsh and explaining what happened and how we have suspicions Pinwinkle's sister and the Queen are up to something, but we're not certain about it, and we don't know what really happened with the King's murder, and we think that might be the root cause of all this, but yeah, and stuff like that. And she said she's glad that Katrina's free. She did tell us that Blackjack used to work with the Pathfinder Society in the past, previous Blackjacks, but she's not sure about the current one. So, and she doesn't know even if we somehow got hold of him and mentioned with Pathfinders whether he would like us or not, based on we have worked for the city before. So
a good version of Blackjack is think of either the Phantom or Zorro. both of them would suit the temperament of Blackjack.
Cool.
So we said, I basically said to us, well, based on we don't have inside knowledge of what the Queen is doing, and we don't know Blackjack, we're kind of at a ends and means trying to find out what side is doing what right and wrong kind of thing at the moment. But yeah. But anyway, she's glad that we're alive and we saved Katrina. That was the main thing she was happy about, and then you turned up. So I do ask Lady Mother, is there anything else we need to look at the moment, or is that the main thing at the moment? Or?
She's considering whether or not she tries to interfere with the monarchy of Corvosa. She's reluctant to do so, considering it may cost the society its standing in Varisia.
So I guess that's the question. That how heavily do we get involved with the Corvosan royalty?
Because, to be honest, she knows the Queen and her family, and couldn't think of a nicer person to accidentally fall down the stairs 2 or 3 times.
And I do mention I do mention when we did talk about Beleth had an argument with Pimlico, and now the captain was kind of on the same opinion of a few things there at the moment. I feel the captain's not fully under the control of the Queen as such. I think she has her own views of what should be done, but she's not. Yeah, I wasn't able to speak to her personally to get that idea. So.
From what she knows of the Queen has no interest in the male perspective, and will most likely get any male who tries to make her see their point of view dealt with.
Yeah, sounds like yeah. So we're stuck with a situation where we'd like to do something, but we don't know. Should we do something now based on we don't have all the information we've got at hand? It's kind of like we need to do some background digging or something like. Is there any outside of Cordosa? Is there any information we can get on her that can explain why she's doing this at all? Do you think, Lady Hindmarsh?
She'll do some digging with her family and see what they can dig up, but she does know that the Silver Tongues have backed the Queen.
What are the Silver Tongues?
Beleth family.
And basically,
and is that something that Beleth doesn't like?
They apparently had a big meeting of all the Chilaxian supporters they had when you went through their mansion.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that might have been that, but I wasn't certain. So, yeah.
So they've actually managed to get support from Cheliax itself to work with the Queen.
It's like we always and I explained to them. I said it's like we'd like to do something, but we don't know if we do something that's going to cause more grief down the long term. That's the thing.
If you do manage to go against the Queen, you will also be going against the Order of the Nail.
Yeah, and
that's the Hell Knight Order.
I know. I don't like those people. They're really scary. I don't know. It's kind of like
keep going up in levels.
To begin with, a full Hell Knight is at least 10th level. To put it in perspective.
Right.
And they have a easily more than a squad of knights. So you're looking at maybe 50 to 100 knights of at least 9th level operating through Corvosa.
And based on, I'm not sure the computer game's any close to it, but they're not somebody who shouldn't mess with. So, yeah. Well, there's a Pathfinder computer game we're playing. But, yeah, it's... I don't know, I want to do something, but I don't know what we should do at the moment, because I think we need to get a bit more background, I think, because... And... So... with the big map, so Cordosis sits there, but we haven't been over the Chilaxian area at all, have we, Adriel? And we haven't been over to the Chilaxian capital, have we? I can't remember its name.
This is the Chilaxian capital.
Oh, Cordosis.
So the other places, so you've got, you're at Magnamar.
Yep.
Corvos is all the way over here.
Yep.
The Citadel Bryad is the home of the Order of the Nail. So the all the knights there aren't that far away from it.
Yeah.
Your home, Janderhof, is not that far from Corvosa. And you're all the way over here on Magnamar. So it is quite a big jump back there. You also have Riddleport up here, which is not a fantastic place at the moment. And she has word that Ravenmoor was wiped out in the last few months by a pack of demons. As witnessed by the Riddleport crew.
Okay. Well, I feel that we're...
And she says that's a warning to be careful who you kill, because some people have sold their soul, and when they die, birth a demon.
Like Goodwinkle?
Quite possibly. She does not trust the one-armed halfling as far as she could shoot him.
I understand that.
And she's tried.
Wondering, and so Jackalhoff does do trade with Cordosa.
It does. It is its major trade partner.
Would I be able to go home and thinking outside? I'll go. We need to find information about what's going on in Cordosa, but maybe we need to go from an outside source. Would it be interesting that we go to somewhere like... We've got Cordosa there, Jackalhoff's there. What's the next major port or place next there at the moment? I'm just trying to think somewhere that might be able to give us some background information to the Queen, because while we're in town, no one's going to tell us anything, I have a feeling.
The Queen has no backing besides from the Hell Knights and from her family from a completely different country.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if I don't know if I put the whole... no, I haven't put the whole map up there. I've just given you the Varisan map. But Varisia is such a small map in the world.
Yeah.
But you were saying that the Chilaxians are the source of the family that has been added to the Corvosan royal family. Is that right?
That is correct. She married into the family from a completely different country.
But the Chilaxians.
But she came from Chilaxia itself, the nation and the people.
Yeah.
Okay. This is where I'm... Yeah, it's...
And our expert would be David.
It is David.
Yeah. Because is he related to the royal family?
He is some relation to the king.
Cool.
Who is now a deadline.
Maybe he did it. Who knows? Okay. I think we've...
Because the king had no children.
Yeah. Well, do we want to talk to the underbelly of Cordosa?
So what is he? What is David?
So David's in part of the Silvertongue royal, or the Silvertongue family, who are quite nobles of the town. And while his father's quite as he, I think one time in one session he said he likes chaos and things like that. He likes,
So his father is a demonologist.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's where Penguinkle got his issue started from. By self thing, but...
And you keep referring to Penwinkle...
It's my ex-character.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. That's why I know a lot about Penwinkle that Martin knows I know, but I can't really talk about it right now. So, but that's it. Yeah, it's so it's trying to find out what. At the moment, we don't have enough information to kind of take us aside, or even work out what's the real cause of the whole thing, and we're kind of in a waiting pattern to see what happens in the city. I'm not sure what we can do by staying there, or is there something else we can do? I think we're kind of waiting for Lady Hallmark to get some research based on what's happening, because we've kind of come to a dead end, I've got a feeling. I'm not sure what anyone else thinks, but...
Well, we've got David.
Yeah.
So he's the source of information about Lady Katrina's background.
Yeah, and I'm thinking all the other places to go to the underworld, which we did meet a couple of the underworld figures last time when we went to those boats, which had the dragon, which I was very keen to have a dragon companion, but we could maybe I'm not sure how much we want to put the word out that we're looking into stuff, because that might come back against us too. So
are these the 5 ships you're talking about? Eel's End, Golden Hawk, Twin Tigers, those ones?
Those ones, yes.
Yeah. So the other ones, like we went to, we had to do something for, I think, the captain or something like that. We had to we had to find a location of somebody and to bring back to the captain.
So you had to find dirt on someone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but they're kind of the underworld of the city as such, which would probably know all about what each side's kind of doing in some way. But I don't know how much we want to poke that bear or not. If we can't get any information the other way, that's the only place I can think of that we can get information on, because the captain's kind of got herself held by the Penguinkles, I'm going to say. So she really can't, unless we get it by herself kind of thing, we're not going to get much information out of her. And
what did you want to do? You wanted to do something to do with dragons, is that right?
Oh yeah, because one of the guys there had a little baby dragon in a cage that we was going to rescue one time, but we decided against it because we thought that one might get more trouble than solution. So, but look, I think we need to really need to get the back information of both the
So
Queen
they
and...
have what they call the house drake.
Yep.
Right.
That'd be cool. Like I could have a house drake that sits on top of my shoulder and goes tax people when
And it
all
is
these
a tiny
cool
creature.
Yep. That's all cool things I was thinking about. But just think a fairy dragon, but a little bit different.
Oh, yeah, I've got an owl.
Yeah. But no, look, I'm kind of stage going, we really are waiting for something to happen, but I don't know. It's really up to, I suppose, it really comes back to Bella, because he might have the inside knowledge of who we can talk
Just
to.
so you know, that is what Blackjack looks like when he's out and about. Cloak, leathers, sword,
Hey,
and
right.
daggers.
Very roguey.
When you look at those 5 ships, it doesn't look like we've really sunk much into them.
I'm thinking that might be an option to go back there and just do see if we can get some background knowledge on the Queen and all that kind of stuff, and maybe if they know who Blackjack is. And just be honest to say, look,
If the Queen knew who Blackjack was, she would have killed him.
I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe the underworld teams might have I'd like to have a meeting with Blackjack.
There is a bounty on his head, and there has been for as long as there's been a Blackjack.
Yeah, I don't know. And the underworld would be... But the Blackjack might be doing stuff well for the underworld, I'm not sure, but depends on what you say. I don't know what their thoughts about the whole thing is either. They might be, as long as things work for them, they might just be happy to do whatever. But,
Normally, Blackjack takes down the underworld.
yeah, okay, that rules that idea.
He's not noted as a criminal. He's more of a revolutionary and a savior.
I'd like to go meet the Queen's family, but I'm not sure how we're going to do that outside of the Fordosa. But that's
She
what's hanging on.
doesn't recommend meeting her family because they honestly make the Silver Tongues look polite.
Oh, that's saying a lot. Oh. And I look at Bella when I say that.
She was expected to be pretty but have no substance behind her when she married into the Corvosan royal family.
I think she had some. I think she had some ideas of what she wanted to do. So, but yeah. Well, I suppose, Lady Highlash, we really need to wait to see what you can find out and where we go from next, because we're kind of in a waiting game to see what happens. But
We've got this list of 5 ships.
Also had something else she was looking in for you for as well.
Eel's End, Golden Hawk, Twin Tigers, House of Clouds, Dragon's Breath.
Yeah, so we went to visit 2 of those, I believe. And the second one was where we met the guy that gave us that information we needed. We also had the dragon, but pardon me, I thought we're kind of up to date with all our quests, aren't we? Really, realistically.
Okay, so do you remember talking with, let's see if I've got her name, Kaleri Deverin?
I don't remember that.
Oh, I can slightly remember the name, but yeah, it's been a while, I think.
Yes, do you remember that time when Pimwinkle did the prayer to Pharasma after reading the book and then leaving the book behind?
Yeah, I remember that one, yeah. I remember her, yeah.
And you gave her a book to translate?
Yes.
It's been close to a year since you've done that.
Have we heard back from her at all? Or?
That was what I was talking about.
Oh, cool. Because I thought that Pimwinkle... Sparky has no idea what you're talking about, but yeah, she's happy to go along with it if Lady Limehouse says, oh yeah, you might want to talk to this person, so... I do remember that. That's where Pimwinkle decided to, try to clean up a altar and realise that he didn't know what he's doing and failed the roll. I think got a 2 on the dice. That's why Pimwinkle got a curse, his first curse.
I believe you rolled a natural 1 on that one.
Yeah, I think that's why I got a curse. Yeah, I thought it was a good time one right there. Yeah.
And that was where you were doing jazz hands and going mana mana as you walked around the room saying Pharasma, mana mana, jazz hands.
Yeah, see, that's what happens when you roll bad dice. Yeah, you missed the fun of that one. That's when Pimwinkle went downhill, okay? You're doing well up to then.
So you get cursed and then...
I get cursed, and then I die, and then I get rescued, resurrected, but I had to do a favour for Asma.
So to put that in perspective for Martin, Mark's character Pimwinkle was trying to rededicate a shrine to Pharasma, using a Pharasma holy rite from a book he glanced at, and then did a natural 1 on his roll to do the holy rite in her shrine, and that's what he did as a result.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had I got a -2 initiative or something like that. I do remember from that. It was a curse. So, yeah. But, look, we'll change up that one, Martin, because I feel at the moment we're kind of waiting to have it for closer, and we've done everything under the in Magnemar, under the tower there. We've done all that stuff downhill. There's things we didn't have to go any further than that. So we're kind of like...
Okay, so she's going to recommend that you avoid Corvosa for at least a month.
Yep, happy with that.
Because, well, they might put 2 and 2 together and think of a certain druid being able to transform. Might be the gorilla she's got reports of rampaging through a mod.
Wow. Druids, I didn't know they could do that. And I just look at you, look at Barrack when I say that. And I go, yeah. Yeah, the gorilla came out of nowhere. I do remember that, yeah. Trying to take a straight face as well. But, that's very cool, Lady Hamish. Is there anything else we can do locally that can help out at the moment?
Well, she's actually got a task for you in another country. So she's going to send you to the town of Calmarine in the nation of Katapesh.
Calmarine. That's not on that there, is it?
It is not.
Ooh.
It is way to the south. She'll send you back via the Pathfinder Lodge.
Yep.
So normally our Wayfinder would be able to send us to wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But not everywhere.
Yeah, because I haven't got one shooting to my house yet, and it has, I think, a stealth or,
So we seem to be able to jump straight between Corvosa and wherever here is.
And Magnemar.
Yeah. So we've got in the Pathfinder Lodge here, there's waystone that allows it to connect between the kind of places. But we did one. There was one done there's one for the basement of Nexus house or place that she got. I'm pretty sure. And there's one also in David's parents' place.
Right, there's one's in the Temple of Lust and one's in David's place.
That's right, yeah. One's in Temple of Lust. Yeah, and because that was the one thing we originally had, I believe. Or maybe Nexus was one or two.
It was Nexus.
Yeah. I think Jeremy's got his one back to Sandpoint, I believe.
Sandpoint.
Sandpoint, yeah. And I think that's the only one. I don't think we've got any other ones assigned to anyone. I haven't signed mine to anything yet because I haven't gone back to Janglehoff yet, so to do that myself.
But you've managed to get a link to Magnamar to allow you to come back here.
Yeah. So we've only got that kind of. We go between those two places, but not many other places just yet. So, and Jeremy's hometown. So yeah, look, we're happy to do that.
And she has to take you back to Absalon herself because you don't have access to go there directly.
Thank you very much for that. I asked you, with my research for that clan dagger, did I find anything else around there at that clan dagger? Did I ask her at any stage? I can't remember if I did.
You asked her. She's got a couple of contacts in Janglehoff looking into it, but no guarantee considering many dwarves have fallen from Janglehoff, and it's been clan daggers have been surfacing for centuries.
Okay, no. I'd just like to return to the right person, so. Cool, okay, well, I think for almost next session we go off and go on our new adventure, I think, right? So.
She says to prepare for a desert environment.
Desert. Okay.
Because Katapesh is a desert.
Okay.
And just because someone offers you Pesh, she doesn't recommend you try it.
Do I know Pesh is a drug, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
And it is pretty much made in Katapesh and exported.
Okay, well I might get some... I might get like some sort of wood or something like that, something to cool myself down if someone to shade most of the time, so I might do a bit of a shopping montage of just getting some desert clothing, I'm going to say. So,
thank you.
So I think that's the best way of doing it.
And just so you know, that is the second adventure of the Doomsday Dawn.
Doomsday Dawn.
That doesn't sound like a nice thing, does it?
Which is the Pathfinder playtest module. Just so you know.
Well, it's dawn, so it must be good, it must be in the sun, so the Doom bit's the one that worries me. But,
so the previous adventure of this was known as the Star of Sandpoint.
Yeah.
Well, no, the Lost Star was what it was called.
Yeah.
So you've been given the next step of the quest.
Okay. No, well, I think we're pretty much doing a quick shopping montage for any desert clothes, much as whatever we can find, and then when we're ready, we'll go back to Lady Hamash and tell her we're ready to go.
And that might be a good point for us to finish up tonight, having gotten quite a few interesting things happen.
Oh, no, we did it. Like I said, we could have made it much worse than we should have. But
we did cause the killing of 150 people.
Who knows, it may have been worse even if you weren't involved.
Yeah, I think it might have been worse because the crowd might have just... Yeah, I reckon there have been people dying anyway because of what... If they're going, going against the hierarchy kind of thing, so...
It could have resulted in Blackjack dying, Katrina dying, all the people who watched it die.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in some ways we did kind of create a distraction, so I think it's a good thing. So just more that we should have...
To be honest, Martin, the fact that you turned into a gorilla and charged the stage was the reason Blackjack got out. He probably would have been taken out by the crossbows otherwise.
Well, I'm glad I did progress the story in some way.
Well, it's progressing either way. Him living or dying is how you progress the story at that scene.
Yeah.
Each has a story path.
No, that's fair enough. It's like, I'm looking now, I'm a dwarf, I just saw Moon just step on somebody's head, if I'm good acrobatics, I'm not going to make it all the way to the front there. The only thing I think of doing was my illusionary thing and pretend to be a guard, and I realised, oh shit, I'm in the middle of peasants and hate guards. Oh, this is not a good idea. But I got out there, it's okay in the end. So, but it's like, yeah, nah. I mean, I don't think I was much better after fighting more everyone or just fireball everyone.
He restrained himself.
He did a very good job of restraining himself, but yeah. But no. Oh, thanks for that today, mate.
I was expecting a burning hands because he probably could have got his biggest kill total yet.
So many more eyeballs.
Every square was a kill, yeah.
So many more eyeballs for his crows.
Well, you had about 5 to 6 people in every 5-foot square.
Oh, did his crows pick up all the dead eyes out of people or not?
No, they never take a dead eye.
Oh, they have a live eye, that's right.
And it has to be a child between a certain age.
I'm waiting for it to backfire, but anyway, it was all good.
Like I said, it's a horror story, so...
That's fair enough, I don't mind. I think it's I know, even with stuff that happened to people, yeah. It's a horror story. Things happen. So.
And that's why I had to remind Victor that if he was going to jump and run across the crowds, the chance things would go badly.
Yeah. Yeah, I know where you're going at, so that's all good. So, it's sometimes you have to learn by doing things. So, yeah. Okay, well, thanks so much. I've sent through my character sheet, so your email, so let's have a look at it, see what you reckon, and we can have a chat about it. So.
All sounds good. So I will put it on end credits. I'll catch up with you guys later. If someone's doing the scribe, they can attach it to the video when it publishes.
I think it was David doing that. I'm not sure if he's still doing most of that or not. I got the loot and I had no loot to put, so I was pretty happy.
Okay.
See you later, guys.
Yeah.